What's going on, y'all? It's Mason Bleasdell, your Austin real estate agent, and this is going to be the ultimate guide for relocating to Leander. We're going to talk a bunch about it, but so many of you guys, I sell a lot in Leander, which is one of the reasons why we're starting here at the Crossover, a brand new complex that just opened up, featuring fantastic amenities, making a super family-friendly, but also adult-friendly place to come together, hosting pickleball courts, restaurants, ice skating rinks, so many really cool spots here. But in this video, we're going to talk about what it's like to live here, why Leander has had a 10% growth year over year, why the population's at 86,000 people as of 2024. We're also going to talk about some housing, of course, a few off the beaten path areas that I think, in my experience, offer a tremendous value if you're looking to relocate here. And we're going to visit a couple spots, some new developments coming, and try to explore and show you through the video what it's actually like to live here if you're looking into, relocating to the Leander area, just here northwest of Austin. So if that's you, this is going to be the ultimate guide. Let's get rolling. Now, as we're on our way to our first stop, which is Old Leander, where City Hall is, the original little square, I wanted to give some background not only on Leander, but also where we are. So if you are not super familiar with the locations around the Austin area, we are not quite the farthest out, but the kind of second farthest out suburb to the northwest of Austin, right off of Highway 183. You can actually see just off of my shoulder. That takes you all the way up here. From here in Leander, you're about 35 minutes or so into Austin proper. Traffic can vary a little bit. 183 is actually known, if you're local here, for two bends that come in as you start to approach North Austin that do tend to jam up with traffic. But other than that, you're generally pretty good here. One of the biggest development projects too going on is just a little bit farther up, the expansion of the toll road, which is going to take it all the way up to the very north edge of Leander, right up to Liberty Hill, which is also really cool. But this location being right off of 183, this is the lesser trafficked freeway here in the Austin area, which gives you so much easier access to places like the airport, for example. Getting downtown is a lot easier because hardly any semi-trucks ever use this freeway. It's really just local traffic, which is super nice, and one of the big reasons why a lot of people love to move here. Now, Leander was originally founded in the 1800s as a train depot. This is where the big train line came through. It's actually where Leander gets its namesake, after an old railway officer named Leander. If you do commute in Austin, here and Cedar Park, the next suburb to the south of us, are the only ones that run along the Metro Rail line here in Austin. A lot of my clients, I actually just sold one in Avery Ranch, just a little bit south of here, where my clients chose to live in that case, Cedar Park or in Leander, specifically because they commuted downtown for work and they wanted to be right off of that train line. It is one of the biggest perks and one of the really unique things that no other suburb can offer, if you're looking into that Austin area. Now, Leander is also extremely diverse too. You're gonna find almost every kind of person here. It's really popular with families. The school district, Leander ISD, is very highly rated in all of Texas. We've got some of the best high schools with some of the best programs. We've got amazing high school sports as well. There's a myriad of different, public charter schools. If you're not super familiar, you reach out. I can chat more through that. But we've got publicly funded charter schools, which are amazing, a lot of which are here in Leander. We've also got different private school options, both religious and not, depending on your preference, as well as a good bit of child care options if you've got younger kids, of course, feeding straight into a lot of the big employers here in Austin. Now, on this tour, I really want to take y'all to a couple of communities that I think really offer something incredibly unique in the entire Austin area, honestly, that happen to be here in Leander. And we're going to start in Orchard Ridge, because I think that this community, because of that view behind me, offers an insane value. There is no other community that offers views like those homes right here have anywhere in the Austin area looking for miles and miles, at least without going really far out into places like Lago Vista. Those homes behind me range between the kind of high 400s to about 700,000. And it's very rare that you're gonna find homes with views that they build slightly smaller home sites on that fall within a reasonable budget. There are some homes here that are gonna range in that $800,000–900,000 range that have some of these views that I'm talking about, but it's super cool. I've sold a couple of my clients some of these homes that have amazing views right out the back door of a home that costs about $500,000. This neighborhood, of course, with the amenity center as well, which is absolutely incredible, really offers a top-notch product here in Leander and is highly recommended if you're looking to relocate to this area. Now, talking a little bit more about what it's like to actually live in Leander, we had to stop by for a quick coffee here in historic Leander, right across from City Hall at Casa Costa. This is one of the coolest little coffee shops ever. They've got a really cool bakery inside, super friendly and really cool environment outside. Anyways, definitely recommend it. And this is one of the cooler parts of Leander. Now, a lot of my folks who, come to explore Leander, who are looking to relocate here, find Leander to feel very suburban. You're gonna see a lot more, strip centers with more franchises. It's going to be a lot of master plan community. There's less employers here. People tend to commute into either Austin, Cedar Park for a lot of the jobs around here, which is just an interesting data point. And with that feel, places like this in Old Leander are really where the community can kind of come together and can be a center point to make it feel like a town and a little bit less like a suburb. So places like this are just fantastic for it. Now, want to jump into Northline because that's going to be the basically new center for Leander. So we're going to jump back in the car and drive up there because this domain-like development that's underway right now and set to open here in just a couple of years, because it's big, is going to be really, really cool for this town. Now, we are pulled into Northline. This is by far and away probably the biggest change that's coming to Leander, just because, kind of like what I mentioned at the coffee shop, Leander does really lack a town center. Again, most of my clients find it feels more like a suburb. All of your daily things, your grocery store, restaurants, all of that is here. But beyond that, they're really working on bringing things to do. This is going to change that. This is Northline. Now, phase 1 of Northline is what you're seeing behind me. It's all residential. So these are actually apartments, and then I'm going to turn and show off some of the brownstones, which are one of the coolest products. They exist in Georgetown as well, another historic suburb of Austin, by Novak Builders, which build absolute top-notch, top-quality product, which I'm super glad are bringing it to Leander. Pre-sales have actually already started for that, and quite a few people have moved in, but a lot more of these brownstones are to come. And then the future development that we just drove past at the entrance is going to turn into basically a domain type development. So an open air shopping mall, restaurants, live music, indoor outdoor spaces, very similar to the domain in North Austin. These brownstones are going to be walkable from it. Now, these are, obviously going to be 3-4 story depending on which one you go for. A little bit set back away from the retail space, but walkable straight to it. So if you, come from a city, a lot of my folks who relocate to Texas from some of the bigger, especially East and West Coast cities, are shocked at how much driving we do here in Texas. This could be a really cool answer for you on it. Now, of course, these don't have a yard you have to maintain. All of those things are really, really easy, but it just offers a more urban setting. They all have garages on that first level, and then typically 3 levels of living space, with some of them different floor plans having space on that first floor for a bedroom as well. Now, this area here right in front of us is going to turn into more of that shopping, more of those brownstones. You can actually see the hospital just over my shoulder there. And then ACC, Austin Community College, has a brand new campus just on the other side of this. All in all, this is going to come together to be one of the absolute coolest little hidden gems in Leander. And if you get in now, I think the potential that you're going to live in the middle of everything that you've got to do in Leander is going to be absolutely unparalleled and really, really cool. Now, continuing on to what I think are real hidden gems here, This is Greatwood, a very small community. It's only about 130 homes in total, but these are acre home sites off the beaten path. We're actually really close to Glen High School here, but this is tucked away, back off. And what I really like about Greatwood, not only honestly is it a really good value because basically nobody knows about it, but at the same time, it's not cookie cutter in here. And you'll see a lot of these new construction neighborhoods on acre lots, just kind of like what we're driving through here right now. But where it's very homogeneous, where it's one builder. This was not that. This was all built out a little bit different. So you're gonna get some more traditional home styles. You're gonna get a little bit more of that kind of country, rural, limestone, ranch style homes. You're also gonna find a cool mix of more contemporary style homes. Of course, with this too, being an acre community, you've got detached garages. A couple of these guys have RV garages. A lot of them have pools. There's so much to love about this. And again, these homes start, the lowest sale in here was right around in the $700,000 range. And these go up to about $1.5 million, depending of course on the size of the home, the pool, etc. But it offers a tremendous value for Leander to have one of these acre home site lots. But most importantly too, it's tucked back away. It's a little bit more quiet. No one really knows it's here, but you're right off of 183. You could be on 183 in 7 minutes. You get into Cedar Park Town Center for all your shopping. You got easy access to HEB, all of that right here in Leander, just a little bit off the beaten path. So combining the cost, of course, of living here, combining how off the beaten path it is, that it's a little bit more private, and just the variation, you know, not being a super homogeneous community is really, really special. I love this neighborhood, and anybody looking, you know, in this price range for an acre home site lot, you know, being so much closer. Liberty Hill is normally the default where people go to. You're so much closer here, and you can get a home for the same or even sometimes less money just because of how hidden this neighborhood is. People just don't know about it. Now this spot, our last stop on this tour, is Treviso. Now this is a little bit less of a hidden gem. Treviso really got discovered during COVID, but as you can see from the views behind me, this neighborhood is fantastic for bringing together that hill country feel. You know, if you're on the west side of Leander, like we were at Orchard Ridge and a little bit like we were in Greatwood, you start to get that undulation. You start to get that Texas hill country that everyone loves so much. Now it is so funny, when this neighborhood first opened, you know, way before COVID, almost no one wanted to live out here because there was no infrastructure. But as things have built out, Treviso has become so sought after, and honestly is one of the most prestigious and sought after communities in all of Leander now, because a lot of that infrastructure has built out this way. Now this neighborhood's gonna be a little bit more on the expensive side. Very few homes are gonna be around that $500,000, all the way up to some new builds that exceed $3 million. So you'll find a good range here, but a little bit on the higher end. But again, you get to maximize these amazing views all the way around. Now, in summary, Leander, there's a reason why it's growing so fast. There's so much to do here. There's so much going on here and so much still to come. And again, it maximizes that, you know, Texas hill country lifestyle that so many people come to the Austin area for. Now, if you're looking into Leander, if you're looking to relocate your family, I would love to be that resource of choice for you. Not only to help you, you know, navigate everything that's available to try to find the right place for you and your family, but also, you know, help guide you through the home buying process. Help you be confident that the place that you're going to invest your money and invest your life with your family is the right decision for you. If I can be that, reach out to me directly. My personal contact info is on the screen and down below in the description below. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time.